Good morning, Space Engineers. It is Fridays. That's right. We have another episode of One Day at a Time, a Space Engineers Survival playthrough. I'm really looking forward to this. Been a busy week. Been doing a lot of stuff with the SE Content Engineers server. Getting used to that. Doing a lot of playing around and stuff. But I have been looking forward to getting back to One Day at a Time all week. And that's because we've gotten so much done the last couple of episodes. And I want to start off real quick because I don't want to make this intro too long. We're going to jump right in. You can see I've sort of updated our to-do list. I am going to open this up so you can see everything. First of all, I have gotten rid of the Rec Site 1 and 2s. The wandering merchants or wandering traders keep crashing all over the place, so I've just started to get rid of those once they've hit the ground, since there's not really a whole lot that we get out of them. Stuff that we had on there previously: salvage the derelict. That's right, we've got that turtle over there. We still want to try to get as much from that as possible, mostly because of the metal grids and steel plate that we can pull from that. We'll try to get as much of that out of there as possible. We're making wild progress on repair and modify DB base. That's great. The big thing I want to do today as far as DB base goes is I want to start the small grid server system that I have in mind, and you've seen something similar. I'll show you here in the base, and then as a part of that, I want to make sure I need to add 2 custom turret controllers minimum to that small grid server system, and I also want to add an automaton defensive AI block on that also. Questions I'm going to kind of pose to you guys as I've been putting things together. I have begun to wonder, like, what's the biggest threat we have to worry about with DB base? First of all, we're almost entirely light armor. There are a lot of decorative portions that do not necessarily provide a lot of protection for some key components like hydrogen tanks, the refinery, the assembler, even the reactors that we are still in the process of building. DB base is not going to be able to act as a bullet sponge. So I've added 2 custom turrets off camera. You may have gotten to see a short of one of those evolutions, trying to attach one of those to a hinge. It was pretty funny. I hope you like that one. But I'm still not entirely sure if we've got enough protection and kind of how to set it up. My big concern are drones. We've got a cert. A cert definitely sends drones. Sometimes Ember sends drones, and in my SE Content Engineers playthrough, for the first time I've ever experienced, Parallax has sent drones, which was quite shocking then. But I want DB base to be able to fend off drone attacks. I'm not so much worried about stationary attacks. We can stay out of weapons range, that sort of stuff. I think that's not the concern. It's the drones. And drones aren't just weapons. Drones also crash into you and can do severe damage to stuff. So I'm really starting to focus on putting a lot of point defense on DB base, and that has me thinking perhaps the 2 topside connectors that we have on the forward part of the ship above the forward hydrogen tank. I had kind of originally thought that part of the ship would make a great kind of like landing pad or flight deck type thing. But there's enough around there that it's not something I'm going to be looking to do very often, because of course thruster damage is going to damage those components. Not everything's going to necessarily work. So I'm thinking about replacing those 2 connectors on the top of the forward part of the DB base with additional custom turrets. The other place I am worried about is our actual control tower. The control room for piloting DB base, where we're going to be doing the driving from, is the highest point on the ship. It's the first area that can be targeted by a drone. Since it will be closest, we have no defense up there. I had thought I might be able to run a connector through the ship up to there, but that is not going to work. That will not work. So we may have to figure out another way to provide some defense for the upper portion of DB base. So please, if you got any ideas or suggestions as we're looking around and you see what's going on with our build progress so far, please put it in the comments and let me know. Next, I want to complete the capture and start salvaging the fuel depot that we started working on, specifically because of the medical room. There is a medical room in that fuel depot. I want to salvage that so that we can finish the medical room on DB base. After that, our next target is going to be the Ember Resource Processing Station or facility, for a couple of reasons, of course. Research point, we want to get that research point, but we also want, I know that there's a small reactor on board those. It typically does not have any uranium in it, but I do want to capture that so that we can take that reactor and use it to complete construction on our DB base. After that, unless we have anything new pop up, the only other, I'm going to say, hard target we have to worry about is the Incon Atomic Heart station, which is huge. It is a monstrous facility. Again, research point available, but it is so heavily armed that I'm really not sure if we're going to be able to get in and do anything with it anytime soon, unless we start really arming up DB base. In fact, right now I don't think we have a weapon that can reach it without us being in the range of some of its weapons. So keeping that in mind. Old objectives. Connector for the assault vehicle, not a priority. We can always use the hinge connector that our initial rover, not the flyer, but the initial ground rover that we made, the 6x6. We can use that. Program block for inventory here at the lake outpost. Again, not a huge priority. Right now I'm really more concerned about getting DB base loaded up, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of that. You've seen our updated list of to-dos. Now let's jump out here real quick and I'll tell you about some of the other stuff I did. Now that we have our hydrogen tanks built, we ran out of ice very quickly. So had the static drills going, everything was pumping away, and we're chewing through ice faster than we could do anything with it. So off camera I took the Buffalo out and filled this thing with ice. There's a huge hole over there where I did the first Buffalo demo. There's a huge hole in the ice over there. We grabbed so much ice and we loaded everything up. Connectors, in fact, we had more ice than I could put inside DB base, put inside this lake outpost container, and there's still a bunch of it in Buffalo. So we are going to have plenty of ice to make hydrogen and have some ice on stock. Let's do a quick fly around of everything that got welded up. We didn't really have anything up here, I believe. Yeah, I don't think we had anything here. But you can see all the dark color blocks, of course, are the stuff that we did weld up. There. All of this. We were doing a lot of inside stuff. Well, no, we didn't have a ton of inside stuff to do. But this back here, the whole rear section has been completed. We've got our balconies with our rear point defense stuff. All of this has been done. And we got a good amount here. Good amount. All this. We'll go ahead and run up here. There's our airlock for our easier access into the control tower. This was the area I was thinking of doing the conveying through, but this path is not, right now, this is not a good path. Not a good path. So something up here, perhaps. I don't like the idea of having to manually load something, but it's better than nothing. I also finished the, we'll call this redundancy routing for this hydrogen tank. So this hydrogen tank is now connected, even though we do not have our medical bay finished. Why do I hear clang? Oh, I bet the wheels are dancing. Are the wheels dancing? Yeah, the wheels are dancing. That's okay. That's okay. Those should be fine. We've had that before, and it fixes itself. So let's real quick. There wasn't anything additional inside, I think, that we had to take care of. But this right here is where we are going to do our small grid server assembly. And this is simply a strategy that allows you to place functional blocks, multiple functional blocks, into the area that would only take what ends up being one large grid blocks volume. So if I wanted to put 2 custom turret controllers, that would take, of course, 2 blocks space if I'm doing that large grid. Timer block, one whole block. I could easily fill up a room with those program blocks, event controllers, all those things. By using small grid, we can place multiple of those in the area that really just makes up one large grid block and get the same functionality as we would from its large grid counterpart. So that is why we're going to do that. I don't believe there's anything else. All this stuff was, of course, welded up. This is our one large grid program block that's got our inventory management going on. Everything else was finished. So these walls were swapped out. We got all that, and we're good to go. So that was everything that we needed to get welded up is done, and we are now going to again try to get those. We'll get those small grid things added and dressed out. But let me take a moment to show you the custom turrets that I built for this. Now we're going to place some additional armor up here to help protect this rotor. But these are the custom turrets that I built. These are clad in heavy armor. They include 2 autocannons, 2 Gatling guns, and an assault cannon for long range use. So we can use that. That will give us longer range than these assault cannon turrets. And these are identical on both sides. These will put out a ridiculous amount of fire when they are activated in AI mode. So these are the 2 connectors I was talking about swapping out for custom turrets. Again, this portion of the ship, there's a lot going on here, weapons-wise. But this part of the ship is still relatively vulnerable. And again, most of the time I have my turrets set to target weapons, because I feel that if you can take the teeth out of a drone, that's more effective than perhaps taking out the propulsion. Because even if a drone crashes and it's on the ground, if it has power, and it can operate a gyro, it can still spin around or whatever and point at you with functional weapons. It will shoot. So taking out the weapons, to me, has always been the priority. That of course does leave you open to kamikaze attacks, which we've seen from Assert before. And for those of you who are wondering, well, why don't you target the power systems? Because a lot of times I want to salvage reactors and uranium. And if you target power systems, it will destroy batteries, it will destroy hydrogen engines, it will destroy reactors. And I may not get the opportunity to collect those resources. So that's why I tend to choose weapons. For this, though, I am thinking about perhaps mixing it up some. Maybe setting a couple of these to targeting propulsion. And perhaps the rest to weapons. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. But let me see if there is anything else topside we need to go over. No, I think we're okay. So let's go ahead and get our, let's try to get our server assembly over here started. I need a cargo access in here. I really do. I need to get a cargo access. So for our custom turret controllers, that's going to be a program block. We're going to need interior plate and steel plate. That's fine. We're going to need, right now we're going to need 2 of these. If we add 2 more custom turrets, we will need to add more. So we need 2 of these. I would like to add an event controller. That's interior. Don't need an action relay or a broadcast controller yet. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is we're going to add 2 custom turret controllers, 2 event controllers, 3 timers, timer blocks, and that is what we'll start with. So that is what we will start with. The timer blocks, I don't have anything in particular in mind for those right now. Like, I don't have a specific reason for the timer blocks, but I have been working on something in my mind. Again, it's to help improve the survivability of the base. That will require timer blocks if I'm able to figure out how to get it to work. So these are just for future reference. So It looks like interior and steel plate are going to be the big ones. So let's go ahead and grab some stuff. Let me get... That should be fun. I may actually go ahead and add the extra custom turret controllers just to go ahead and have them in place. But we'll see. Okay. So the first thing I want to add is we're going to go ahead and do the timer blocks first. And I'm going to say for convenience sake, I'm going to use the old one just because they're so easily recognizable. Let's see if we got a side we want more than the other. Yeah, I kind of like that one. All right, so we're going to add 3 of these. We are going to add... to do the custom turret controller there, or do I want to do it? I'm going to go ahead and add the extra turret controller just because I really do believe that that is going to come into play. And lastly, the action relay event controller. There we go. And we are going to set this down here. I'm going to turn it sideways so that the screen part of it can be seen from the side. And again, I don't have anything specifically planned for these event controllers, but some of my initial brainstorming may involve event controller usage, so that's why we're putting those there. Okay, so let's get the turret controllers first. The reason why these are separated the way they are is because I want all of the port side custom turrets to be together and the starboard side to be together, and they'll be color coded. Typically your port side lights are going to be red. Your starboard side lights are going to be green. So what we'll do is we'll start out with our first custom turret on the port side. The custom turret controller for that is going to be red. And then if and when we add additional custom turrets to the port side, the color of each specific custom turret controller will be a shifted color from the base color of red. And likewise on the starboard side, start out as green, and then any additionals will shift from green to another color, all close to green. It'll have either yellow or blue in it, most likely a form of yellow. Charged up. All right. So I need 2 of these. What do we got flying by? An Ember Monarch. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the timer blocks. 1, 2, 3. So that's 5. Event controller 6, 7, and then we'll just come back and get the other. No, we'll go ahead and add it. Okay, so as you can see, we've got red. This is going to be port side 1. This will be port side 2 if it ever comes in. Same thing here. Starboard side green. That'll be starboard 1. This will be starboard 2. Let's see. What do we want to make this? Should make these blue, just for giggles. Yeah, why not? We'll do that. And event controllers, we'll make them, we'll make those white. So I don't have, right now I don't have a use for these, but I'm sure there will be opportunities in the future. So as you can see, the whole purpose behind this exercise is we've got we've got 9 functional blocks with room for shoot 6, 8, 12 more that are going to basically fit in the size of one large grid block, and we've got the same functionality. So that's what we've got there. So we've added those. I will set those up. I am going to go ahead and name these. And this is going to be port zero one. This is going to be port 02. Again, there is no port 02 yet, but there will be. I expect that we're going to be adding more. So and this is going to be starboard. Zero one. This will be starboard 02. And any subsequent custom turrets will be likewise. And if it's not either port or starboard, which I guess is a possibility, we do have a keel. We do have a center line. We'll just name that keel 01. So like I said, those are named now, so I'll do that later off camera. We'll get that and go from there. So got those added. Like I said, there's room for plenty more. You know, we could have 6 down here on the bottom, plus 2, that's 8, and then 14, I guess. Yeah, it might be 14 blocks we could put in there. So much useful stuff in such a small space, and that's why we do that. Alright, so we got that part knocked off. I think I am going to wait until I get your guys' feedback on whether we want to do this or not. I kind of wish I had painted the blocks I needed to paint before painting those. I don't know if I can do that with... Nah, I should be able to. I can probably do that. Let's do it quick. Yeah, I think we're there. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And we can do that here. This guy can be painted. That one can be painted. Let's head up here if I can. Ugh. Not a part of the planned trip today, guys. Sorry. See, I think that last corner conveyor is not painted. Is it? Nope, it is not. Okay. So we got that. And we got these guys.
I guess you like walking?
This this one right here will get changed once we've taken the piston off. So I think this was already done, yeah. And sorry for this. This was not what I told you was going to be happening today, but this is what we're doing right now. Just trying to get this all taken care of. We got the guns. Guns are taken care of. We've got to get this guy. I remember him. Finish these. Okay. We'll have to go inside to finish all that interior stuff. Dadgummit. Forgot about that. Okay. I don't think we have anything more in here. Do we? Yeah, we got this stuff up at the top. Not that this can't be redone, but... And that's what I was trying to do with the neons, if you see what I'm talking about now. The neons, replacing having lights in here. By doing them bright like that, they provide light. That was the whole reason for having these guys in here. But I'm going to run out of hydrogen here and fall to my death. So yeah, this was the reason for the using the neon tubes. Put it right there. Oh. Those are all done. Okay, I think that's all that. Let me do a quick refill of the bottle. Oh yeah, we were out. We were out. I certainly don't need these. I'm not sure why I have these here. Ugh, okay. May come back and paint these later, but right now they're going to be fine. We'll add some color to it. Okay. Yep. All right. Get this one. Like I said, we're going to add armor around the base of these. We can do that with custom turrets, where you can't really do that well with regular turrets. It doesn't quite work the same because their collision box takes up so much room.
A full power bar keeps your AI happy while you sleep.
Yeah. Do I have any? I do not. Okay, so I need to drop down here, charge up, and then grab a few steel plate and lay out the armor blocks for the custom turrets on the sides. But we are moving so close to this. This base is getting very close to being at a state where I'm like, okay, we're going to go ahead and start moving around and taking out, going to engage some of these other places. So, loving it. Love this build. I don't think it's going to take more than 10. 1, 2, 3. Might take more than 10, so we'll do 20. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna I'm wondering if I should use heavy armor. These are going to be like my most effective. I feel like these are going to be my most effective turrets. Of course, heavy armor. You know what? Screw it. We're going to try it. We're going to see. That's not what I wanted. I think I can live with that one. I like that one. Yeah. Take that. Now, what I'm not entirely sure is if I'm going to be able to, if the rotor is going to be able to rotate behind what I'm putting down. I've got the head displacement on the rotor is very low, as you can see. Got it all the way down, and that may not work. I mean, it might work, but we don't know. So I feel like that's the way I want that to go. Let's see what else we got here. There we go, 3. And this is kind of what I was getting at here. Doing, that's the wrong size, or the wrong orientation. There we go. And here. Like this. And again, I am not sure if, I'm really not sure if this is going to work, if that rotor is going to spin in there. So we're going to have to test this out. See how that goes. But that's to protect the rotor part. I would say probably the most fragile part. I may be wrong, but okay. I think that will work. Let's we'll put that up, and then we are going to run our way up here, go inside. I want to see something. Can I? No, I cannot. Never tried that before. I want to say somebody's got a mod that allows you to do that, but okay. So we are going to be setting up port 1. So azimuth is going to be our bearing. So that's going to be that rotor. This is going to be hinge. Of course, I chose the wrong thing up here. There you go. And the assigned camera, top mounted camera port 1. Maximum, modified maximum velocity of the azimuth rotor 9 times. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Turret will shoot only if the angle to the target is less than the deviation. Try to go down. Let's go to 3. And then we should select everything that is port 01 here. And then we've got the Gatling guns. And we add those. We're not going to enable idle movement, aiming radius. Oh, thank goodness we're back here, because I have to add the AI defense block. Totally forgot about that. Small ships, large ships, characters. We're not going to aim characters. Stations, neutrals, friends, hostiles. Here's the, yeah, see, here's the question. It's like, do we go? We're going to go propulsion systems. And that should do it. Now, we'll be able to control this. We'll be able to control this from any of the seats up there. We'll do it from the control tower so we can get a look, but let's go ahead and do starboard. Advanced rotor starboard. This will be hinge starboard. Top mounted camera, starboard. Did I not name it yet? I think I forgot to name it. Nope. None. Crap. I'm going to go ahead and set this up 3. Autocannon. There we go. Go check that. Let's go get that camera taken care of first. I think this will be faster. Depressurize. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay, done. Let's get back in there. Get that taken care of. All right. So those should be good to go. And now we need to add, what do I have? Do I have anything? No, I don't. What is our, let me make sure, I don't know if I've got any of these blocks already, and I don't think I do. Yeah, probably not. Save so much, so many parts and resources by doing it this way. This is just, it's awesome. Okay, let's really trying to think if there's an, I don't have a cargo access. It's got, ugh. That should have been depressurized. I don't know why it wasn't. Huh. Let me take a look at that.
You have one new message. Message 1. Received 15 seconds ago. Hydrogen low.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so we're going to put that right there. What color do we want to make that? Let's go... get rid of this, and we want to go purple. So purple would be kind of wild. Yeah, that's not too bad. Line it up a little bit. Yeah, we'll do that. Again, that's just going to allow us to target things at the much farther distance and have our turrets and everything trained on it and be able to fire as soon as it gets within their effective range. So, alright. Okay, so we've got that done. We can officially knock that off the list. There we go. Okay. We are depressurized in there. That's what I wanted to see. Take that off. So anyway, this is very similar to what we were doing here. Just a little different. Just a little different. Okay, so we started the small grid server system on DB base. We added custom turret control. We added the defensive AI block. So we can go ahead and get rid of this. Doesn't mean that we are done with that small grid server system. Once we actually get it filled out where it's just a solid block, I'm going to cover it with glass panels. Okay. We have the armor on the custom turrets to finish welding up. I can do that off camera. That's no big deal. You guys let me know about your thoughts as far as replacing those topside connectors on the forward part of the ship with custom turrets. Maybe we need to go. It's dark out. I'm not really thrilled about going out there to try to capture that fuel depot if it's dark, but we might be able to do it. Might be able to do it. I just don't want the security outpost on the far side to keep shooting through it and damage the part we're trying to salvage. So, and capture the Ember resource processing facility or station. That's going to be probably another episode. I don't think we're going to have time for that. But we can look at the other stuff. Go ahead and fuel up here. So annoying. Drill no wires. Okay. I don't think it'll be too long before we start getting daylight, but we might be able to get over there and at least take a look. I am thinking about possibly adding some more flatmo lateral thrust, like replace this block with a flatmo. Taking these two blocks out and replacing them with flatmos. I could even put a third one in there. The only problem I'm not going to say that I'm concerned about is that I don't really have a place to put an additional braking thruster. So, but let's see what we got here. Finish getting filled up. Nope, I didn't need to do that. 3. We need to fill. I've got the big tanks on. Darn it. Oh, I wish I hadn't done that. I didn't need to turn off stockpile until I got off the connector. I would have been able to lift off with just the Atmos. I've got the big tanks on DB base pulling. So that they can fill first. Because one of them is closed, but... Or one of them's done. And now it's getting drained. Because the others are... That one's at 100. That one's... Now that one's at 100. So this is the only one left. Great. Oh, terrible. Did I get anything out of that? Yeah, I did get a little bit. Let me, let's try that again. If I can do that with this one. I'm going to say off. I'm hoping that that will... There we go. Let's see if that filled us up. Yep, we're at 100. Okay, perfect. We should be able to take off here with what we need. I just want to make sure I've got the weapons, the ammo and stuff to do it. No, need ammo, please. Let's get that connector. Gatling gun, small container. Rocket launchers are good. Assault cannon. Here we put in the connector. We'll put a couple of... I don't think I'm going to need more. Ooh, I probably don't need that many. Yeah, we'll just take 5. I'm not going to... Except I'm not going to push it. 6. 9. There we go. Yeah, we're good. Maybe traveling enough here to get a kick on, maybe get a new wreck detector ping. That would be kind of nice. So again, I'm going to use the buildings themselves to cut out the others. Just going to need to get low enough to the ground. I think I can get... I'm also need to test to see if there's any kind of personnel suppression going on here. Which very well may be the case. I just don't... The fuel depot is a little bit smaller than most threats, so... It may not... It may be like a security outpost and not have any research points. Sorry, I mean personal suppression fields. So I should be able to get out of our fighter here though and test that theory surely. I don't think I have all of the interior turrets disabled on this first security outpost though. There may be one on the far side that I still have to take care of. Yep, there is a personal inhibitor. Oh, they're shooting. They're shooting. See, that's ridiculous. They just blew up their own thing. God, I hate that. An abandoned settlement over that direction. Okay, we'll be checking that out. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we've got droids out. There's our med kit. That's what we're wanting to save. This, or do I want to use? I think if I get within, we'll see if these turrets turn on at 600 meters. If they do, then we'll back out. Yep, there they go. Lobbing, lobbing. Come on, come on. There we go. Those jerks. Okay. We'll try some Gatling fire first. That wasn't too bad. Oh, it fell down. Alright, let's get in here. I do want to take this guy out. Thank you. We're going to need to find the personnel suppression device, which is right there. A little bit here. I don't have a ton of time. Pretty sure that there is a turret on the other side of that. I need... This is the block I'm trying to get to. There it is. Yep, knew it. That's not good. I don't know what's going on. Ah. Am I locked onto something?
Where you're going?
Yes, I was. That was great. Just getting shot up there for no reason. keep hitting the wrong button and it's driving me nuts. Thank you. Your toast. Alright, we can go in now.
Engineer. A steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
I'm getting any O2. I am getting hydrogen though. That's good. Okay. Captured. Nice. Okay. It is shooting.
You seem to be overloaded. Have you considered a hard inventory DLC?
Don't want them wasting any more fuel stuff than necessary. Dadgummit. Okay. So we've got okay guys, so we've got this captured. We just need to take the actually let's take a look at it, see what else we've got here. Jetpack inhibitors. Guns, ice. Okay. So if we take these jetpack inhibitors and the drill nullifiers, and then we need to take the materials for the, we need the medical components. That's the most important part. So take that, and we will take this.
Engineer. A steel plate
Great.
cannot get to your inventory.
Seen them all. It's been a long time since I saw one of those. Oh wow, that's pretty cool looking. Okay. I don't need. I think that I didn't see any. I saw any storage compartments. Oh, there is a small cargo container. Where is it? See, that's not going to be Yeah, that's not going to be nearly enough room to get all of those components. Four. Awesome.
Warning. Please check inventory.
Yeah,
for
that's as far as I can get.
extraneous
Dadgummit. Okay. Take 4 back. We'll just have to come back. Goodness.
I know fuel
Got beat up
prices are
pretty
high.
bad there. All right. Well, guys, I am going to go ahead and cut us off here. We've been on for a while. We've got our med bay components, though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ferry these back. I'll finish the welding up on the heavy armor blocks we put around our custom turrets, and I'll start setting up our next raid, because that Ember resource processing facility is probably the one we're going to go after. But anyway, I appreciate you checking out the video. I'm really happy with the progress we're making, and we're going to keep doing this. We're going to get this going. It's going to be fun. I want to kind of get out of this valley, see what else is around this planet. Hopefully get to where there's a little bit more consistent daylight. But we'll see how that goes. Anyway, hit me up with the comments. You got any questions or anything? Let me know. The way we're going, I'm hoping we should be, hopefully we'll be starting to move out of this area in the next couple episodes. Well, we'll say 3 or 4 episodes. We'll keep working. But if you got any suggestions, anything, recommendations, that kind of stuff, throw it in the comments. I'll talk with you guys soon. Remember, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and share if you know somebody. Also, check out our other series, especially the new one, the SE Content Engineers dedicated server survival playthrough. Finally starting to get a little bit more familiar and comfortable with a multiplayer setting. Just a lot of different things on multiplayer servers that I'm not used to. So, but check those out. We should have some cool stuff coming out there. And that's it. Guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always, always be safe. Remember, put that visor down, and don't forget your dampeners. And I'll see you on the other side. But until then, I should go.